All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. A little bit of a late start today, but that's all right. HK Todd, good morning. Roger, Linda, Tiger, Deefin, Toasted, incredible. Gus, Robert, Fignaz, incredible. Johnny Jackson. Take a quick look at the chart. We did have a pretty nice bump up this morning. Quick little pullback after that, but we are in a pretty interesting place here. We continue to kind of trade in this general channel. You could say we flipped out of it, but this also isn't something we often see on the XRP price chart. To be honest, this is a very Bitcoin-esque consolidation period. This is something I kind of see on the Bitcoin price chart a lot, these kind of descending channels. I can't say whether or not I know much about them in terms of how the price typically reacts, just because I'm not used to seeing XRP kind of go through one of these things. So we'll watch it closely and see where we end up. I mean, it's hard for me to believe we'd really have much bearishness here because of how bullish everything has been for the fundamentals for XRP. But we'll see how that plays out. See what we got. Is there any? Oh, wow, look at that. All right. Well, here's a big green candle out of nowhere. It's the live stream pump, guys. Make sure to smash a like for the live stream pump. Love to see it. Oh boy. Dropping everything here on the back end. Anything interesting this morning? Anything interesting this morning that might be a little under the radar? Let me know if anyone's watching anything they think I should be paying attention to. Obviously, the Bank of America thing last night was fascinating. You'll love to see that. Well, that pump got eaten down quick. Digital Outlook with Mickle. Has that been posted yet? Has that been posted? Yeah, I did that interview yesterday. Have they already flipped that around? No sound. There should be sound. Maybe I wasn't talking. Sometimes I go over to my other computer, quickly start looking through some news and miss some stuff. Check out CNBC too, see if they're talking about anything this morning. We got some good restructuring at the SEC. That was definitely beneficial for us to finally get. We got a cryptocurrency division. Some new mandates out. Obviously, one of the biggest things yesterday, and we talked about this on the stream, but I'll just play this again because I do think this is probably a really big deal. Mark Yusko, very well-connected billionaire, talking about XRP being used by banking institutions in the United States. Take a quick listen to this.
Piece of legislation that is likely to happen. The other stuff, there's a lot of talk that they'll expand beyond just Bitcoin to now XRP and Cardano and Hedera. And look, those founders have been buddying up to the administration and to Eric, and I think Eric's driving a lot of this, his son. So we'll see. But the case for the strategic Bitcoin reserve, because Bitcoin is digital gold, everything else has different roles. Something that could happen, I don't know if it'll happen the first 100 days, Abs, but there's some talk. This will make the XRP people really happy. There is some talk that XRP could be utilized and or ordered to be used for a central bank digital currency or as the base layer for national banking. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that's one that if that does happen, that changes things. It's kind of like...
Really excited to kind of hear some more on all of that. I mean, it's massively bullish. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Massively bullish to hear people very connected and very wealthy talking about things like that. Especially on the backs of some things like this coming out. Which here we have both Stuart Alderati and Brad Garlinghouse clearly now meeting multiple times with different people on the Trump team and JD Vance. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who I would love to have on the show sometime. It's just a little difficult to coordinate it at the times I kind of do these live streams. It's early in the morning. Check out the comment under that picture. Oh yeah, CZ Binance coming in. Yep, I did see that. Yep, CZ Binance did come in and give that clapping emoji. Appreciate that, Vet. Great to see. And hopefully a bit more on that CZ or that Binance XRP relationship being built out in the future. That'd be really cool to see. Yeah, XRP is really just consolidating a bit right now. It looked like we had the potential for a breakout this morning, kind of pulling back on that a bit, but things still look very good. Always great when we're at the top of a range versus the bottom of a range, and I'll show that off 1 second. It's always good when we're at the very top, if not kind of at a retest level on a range, rather than if we were doing something like retesting down here, right? That's where we don't really want to be falling. Up here is actually a very, very good place because we're well above all this price action. Here's a good little tweet thread I wanted to share with you guys. This is from the Omni team. The XRP ledger has processed over 3 billion in trades last year. However, most people don't understand that it's pursuing a completely different playbook than other DEXs. Having built trading algorithms for JP Morgan, here's why I think this strategy might pay off. Over the past years, the trading volume on the DEX has skyrocketed. However, no top-tier banks or hedge funds are using them. Under the new Trump administration, this might be all about to change. Here's why I think the XRP Ledger DEX is uniquely positioned. From the beginning, the XRP DEX was designed specifically for institutions. It was purpose-built for the highest volume, bank-friendly tokenized assets like currencies. The real unlock is something that most people are still waiting for. And here's a clip of David Schwartz.
The XRP Ledger is the OG DEX. You know, we had a DEX in 2012. We have cross-currency payments. We have issued assets. We built the XRP Ledger. We designed it, and other people have extended it with the payments use case in mind. And
so that clip is super quiet, but that's not a big deal. When I worked with trading desks at Barclay, one of the things was clear: compliance was absolutely critical. If the compliance team says no, you can't trade. Today, DAXs lack the functionality in order to have that compliance taken care of. This holds back anyone from getting involved. How does XRP fix this, which is the next step? Hopefully this next clip has better volume. You are aware that one of the XRP Ledger's newest upgrades solved this. Permission domains. Soon, top-tier banks and hedge funds will be able to trade in a regulated, compliant manner on the XRP Ledger. This could be the missing piece we've been waiting for.
Look, I actually came to Toronto yesterday from Zurich. I was at a central bankers conference in Zurich, and I was thrilled by the reception, in part because they're inviting Ripple to attend. I was on stage with the CEO of Crypto.com. The CEO of Binance was in attendance. And so I think there's a genuine thirst. And again, this was a central banker conference organized by Switzerland and Singapore. There's no real surprise there. They're leading and saying, hey, let's engage private and public conversation to figure out how the rules should work. And let's make sure we have actors who are trying to live by those rules. My experience truly has been, for Ripple anyway, once we meet with regulators, central bankers, and help them understand, here's how our technology works, here's how we are using the open source technology of XRP, they get very comfortable, because the regulations I think most regulators care the most about are know your customer, KYC, anti-money laundering, AML, terrorist financing. Those are very important foundational regulatory frameworks that don't change in how Ripple goes to market. And I think all crypto companies, probably could do a better job of understanding those are regulatory frameworks that aren't going to go away in any of the G20 markets.
Right.
Look,
so obviously Ripple's always been compliant first. The 3 billion in volume on the XRP ledger has happened, but the compliance problem is yet to be solved. Soon the permission domain upgrade might be the key to unlocking this next stage of XRP growth. It's possible it could bring a 1000x in volume difference when top tier banks are finally on board. Having worked in both large-scale trade finance and crypto systems, it seems clear to me that these will converge soon and that most people will understand. So very interesting, all about making sure institutions can have compliance first when trading on something like the XRP Ledger DEX. Permission domains are going to be ways to do this so institutions can get involved in DeFi without having these issues. And that's one of the reasons why I've always thought the XRP Ledger was going to be the leader in institutional DeFi, when a lot of these larger tokenization efforts and kind of upgrade efforts to the traditional financial system really start to happen. The XRP Ledger is uniquely positioned to be able to actually work with a lot of these institutions, because it has actually positioned itself from a compliance standpoint that allow these institutions to dive in. These are problems that are just simply aren't being solved by other chains. And it looks like permission domains is going to be a very, very interesting way to allow large financial institutions to step into these new environments without having to worry about things like anti-money laundering, KYC, and all these other different things that they have to worry about, but there's no solutions in crypto right now. It is funny how it's time for me to choose a new token. Yeah, it is funny how some people who've gotten recently have been so shaken out by a little sideways price movement. Because it's important to realize where we came from, right? If you're trying to get in and out of these things for a quick 1-day pump, I mean, just take a look at the monthly chart here. I mean, I'm not sure what else some people need to see, but I mean, to me, it's extremely and obviously bullish for XRP. And if you're too zoomed into these micro charts, you kind of lose the big picture of the total narrative. But when you just zoom out and take a look at the monthly chart, just take a look at the monthly chart and understand things don't happen overnight, but it really doesn't get much better looking than this. You're here for just a quick move. You're here to try to get in and out of XRP. You're really going to put yourself in a tough position where you're never going to be able to hold through anything of any significance. You'll just constantly be shaken out on every micro move. See what else we got. That's the dream. DeFi. Being able to take a loan against your XRP tokens to free up the liquidity while keeping your tokens for time to grow. Yep, that's a huge part of everything happening. Oh, what about CTF? I would be careful of CTF. I'd be careful of CTF. A lot of very I don't know. I would say concerning marketing trends by the people behind that. I always kind of assume the best intention, but oh yeah, I haven't changed the title of the live streams since we went to $3. If you're upset by that, I don't know what to tell you. go watch a different live stream. I can't say titling the live streams is it's something that I care to get creative on every single morning. I've got about 25 other more important things to handle. And smash the like button. Smash the like button for all the title haters. Tracy, I love that. Crypto Clay is only here for the thumbnail. Yeah, no, exactly. Diamond breakout now, back testing. I would love to see kind of what formation you're looking at there, RPM. I'm not familiar with a lot of this this price action from XRP, it's really an atypical kind of movement for XRP. You don't see a lot of these kind of trends. It's going to be super interesting to see how it reacts here. I think it's sitting in a great place. I mean, it looks like we're kind of retesting the tops of this channel, trying to find some support before we make a next big move up. Everything looks really good. It's just surprising to see XRP trade like this. Normally we get those sort of triangle consolidation patterns. Am I Captain America? I don't know. I've never gotten that before. Maybe. Only 224 likes in the chat. Yeah, guys, make sure to smash that like button. Really appreciate that. Get the word out there. Get more people educated on XRP. We need to make sure people are educated on the long-term perspective of XRP and not what XRP is doing every 5 minutes. We need some kind of crypto executive order. Yeah, crypto executive order. I think we'll get something. I think just some of these executive orders, right, need to be are a little more advanced than just saying the Gulf of America, right? Some of them are going to take a little more forethought, and I think the crypto executive orders are going to have to really be run by a couple people. I would like a little more thought going into the crypto executive orders and maybe the meme coin launch. Take a look at XRP to BTC. Still looks incredible. We're actually putting in some solid green candles here. XRP BTC chart, it looks absolutely phenomenal. So we're pumping against BTC right now. XRP Moon pump against BTC. Oh, Roger, that's awesome. That's sick. Would love to do like maybe an X space with him sometime and chat with him a little bit about XRP. Be a ton of fun. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Roger, that's really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting people who hold XRP behind the scenes, man. A lot of people just don't come out on the public X spaces, right? They hold XRP, but they're just kind of, they do their own thing, right? Some of them don't even like really use X. Not really. They're not big social media people. So there's a lot of big whales who hold XRP that we don't even hear about. I would say like less than 10% of the people who hold XRP are really active on X. And then on that, it's like of the big whales, the big people, a lot of them really don't spend a lot of time on social media. A lot of really the younger XRP holders, and the XRP holders who are a little bit more in the trenches who are on social media. I remember for the longest time, I wasn't even on X. I mean, I was doing and looking into XRP stuff for a while before I stepped into like X and Twitter and stuff like that. I just realized there's so much good information there. Like I had to be there. But it's important to realize there is a very, very large amount of people who never really stepped into that side of things. Oh, here's an interesting comment from Hugo and Dennis. Thank you so much. Met some wealthy guys in Thailand that own XRP. Oh, very cool. Oh, RPM. Let me take a look at that. Appreciate you for sharing that. Whoa. Yeah, RPM. I have never seen this before, but let me share it. This is what RPM has going for XRP. I cannot say I am well versed in exactly what's going on here, but I definitely do see this kind of diamond pattern. Looks like we kind of had that channel you have marked down here that we've been watching on the channel, double channel, but also this sort of diamond pattern that looks like we're coming back to the end of. Let's see how this plays out. I appreciate you for sharing this chart. This is cool. Reversal pattern. So are you calling this a bearish pattern, RPM, or are you saying we're in the middle of the reversal right now? Like, is it a long-term trend reversal, or is it where we had kind of the sell off to the bottom and now we're pushing back up? Mega bullish. Love that, RPM. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So here's Hugo's comment, and we talked about this morning about the XRP ledger being one of the few, or Ripple being one of the few things who's building things that can actually use a lot of these DeFi systems. This is what Hugo said. One of the things I find most interesting about crypto is most of the builders, with a few notable exceptions, i.e. Ripple, don't understand the rules which TradFi needs to play. They end up making systems that aren't sufficient for big players to conduct business. This limits what the crypto can currently handle, but is a massive opportunity for Flare. I think it's a great point, and one of the reasons I was always more interested in XRP than some other things out there, just the fact that XRP clearly is doing things much differently than the rest of the market. And I've always liked that, right? It's good diversification. It's a good diversification in thesis, strategy, and everything like that. I mean, to me, it's so important to be doing things in a institutionally focused way. And I just love that Ripple took that approach since day one. Quick shout out to XP Market. It looks like it's generally a down day for a lot of the big XRP ledger tokens, but we are expecting some kind of announcement from this MXI project. We'll be curious to see if anything interesting happens there. I know they kind of hinted at it over the last couple days. Haven't seen anything yet. Maybe I'll have to check their page today and see if we get anything there. Going over to the AMMs, we can take a quick look at the trends and see how that's performing. It's like volume is taking a little dip from the high. I know there hasn't been as much going on in terms of some of those meme projects. Oh, but it looks like we have some upgraded charts here. Take a quick look at XRP pooled. Okay, this is very nice. Yeah, so we're at about 12 million XRP pooled. Should be able to take a look at the TVL right now, which is skyrocketing up to 64 million. So that looks great. Nice. All of that is awesome. Take a look if we can do a quick check on RLUSD also. Yep, so XRP Ledger RLUSD, we're up to about 14 million in market cap. Very cool. You think it's going to make a weekend move? Very possible. I don't know. XRP is just kind of seems like we're just kind of waiting on that next catalyst, that next thing to kind of make people say, okay, like XRP is going to be one of the leaders in this next bull run we're heading into. Obviously, it already has been, but just more narrative and thesis confirmation on XRP, I think is kind of what the chart is waiting for. Obviously, there's been a lot of very interesting talk and speculation about XRP being used internally, a lot of these different banking products coming live soon. And I think the second you start to see some of that stuff materializing, you're going to see a lot of people really start to understand XRP. The last chart we were looking on was XRP to BTC. This is back to the XRP price chart. KG says we're moving to $4 to $6 this week. I would love that. That would be absolutely awesome. I woke up this morning and we had a nice big pump. Let's take a look if we could take a look at some of the inflows and outflows going on. See if we can get any kind of interesting story there. Still no leverage coming into XRP, which is nice to see. Looks like everything's still spot dominated, which is great. Let's see some of what those spot inflows and outflows look like. Yeah, so we kind of had a big outflow on the day of that presidential event. Looks like a lot of people were kind of trying to trade that in terms of being like, oh, are we going to get something crazy happening? But since then, we see inflows coming back into XRP. So all that looks really good. That one big day of outflows, but since then, everything's been recovering really nicely. We take a look back at the hourly. It looks like we're right back to consistent positive inflows with outflows kind of showing up every once in a while. So everything there looks great. It's great to see that big recovery as well, where we did have a whole bunch of net outflows, and then quickly that was bought up as people look to step in and realize, in terms of the executive order, right, I'm kind of a believer that that's going to take a little bit more than him getting up there and being like, the United States is using XRP. BOA is one of the sponsors of Ripple, or Bank of America is a Ripple partner. We're just waiting for a bit more substance or a bit more direction in what that partnership really looks like. Oh, here's a big win. It looks like Tornado Cash. It looks like all their sanctions are now gone. And then Ross Ulbricht, he was also freed, which is very cool. It looks like we're already starting the unwind of a lot of the negative policy that has gone on. And I think some of the next big things we're going to see is going to be the settlement and or dropping of some of these major cases. Obviously, the Ripple case being one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if those discussions have already started. Let it breathe. Absolutely. I don't have any huge thoughts on Algorand. I do like Algorand. I think it's got a lot of potential. It just seems to me like it's a little further behind the adoption curve of something like XRP. But I think it's got a ton of potential with where it's sitting. Check and see if anything else very interesting is going on today that we need to be paying attention to. It's nice knowing that like any single day now we could just get something crazy. Like you never know what's going to happen any day now for crypto. It's like it just seems like we're on the verge. Oh, very interesting, Crypto Clay. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, of course, Joshua. Absolutely. I wish I could get to every comment, but there's so many flying in, and every single time I look at my screen. Tomorrow reports will be fire. Fire Dog, what do you mean by that? Is my portfolio 95% XRP? Not that high, but I do hold a significant portion of my wealth in XRP. 95% is a little high there. Was that Fed thing fake? Yeah, a lot of that stuff with the treasury and stuff. I believe that was fake. Someone essentially created fake wallets looking like the Federal Reserve, looking like the Treasury, making XRP wallets. So oh yeah, breaking news, Ripple acquires blank. I do think we're going to see a big Ripple acquisition pretty soon here. I know they said they were on the hunt. I don't know who exactly they would be purchasing, but I'm hoping some more back-end infrastructure. I know R3 has been one people have talked about. It's tough. I really don't know where Ripple wants to expand next or what's the next thing that's going to be perfect for their business. Yeah, Weetsy said it was people in the Philippines just trolling. R3? Heard a lot of people say R3. I just don't know if... I don't know. I used to think R3 was a little bit more connected, a little bit more guaranteed than I think it is now. I think a lot of people think as soon as I saw a lot of people kind of saying, oh, they're cutting employees and all this stuff, I just assumed their business wasn't nearly as successful as Ripple's business has been. So my kind of question with R3 is, does Ripple even need to buy R3, or will their customers just kind of be like, all right, well, you know, we're not, looks like R3 wasn't really it. We'll just go recreate some of the stuff we've been working on with Ripple. I just don't know if you necessarily need to purchase R3. Another custodian would be wild. I know Ripple looked at buying someone like BitGo before. If they came in and purchased up another custodian, that would be pretty crazy. Ripple Community Day, January 28th. Awesome. That's good to know. Thank you, Roger. Looks like XRP is recovering pretty nicely on this line, kind of bouncing right off of it, reclaiming support there. It just seems like it's that time now where we're going to get one of those big crypto announcements from Trump that people have been waiting for. I do think it's coming. I really do. I do think that's right around the corner. How's Trump coin doing, by the way? I haven't taken a look at Trump coin yet this morning. All right, Trump coin at about $40. Nothing overly interesting here. I don't know. I do think Trump coin has a little bit of a cooling off period to do before it can be really sitting in a good position. It had a lot of hype coming into it all at once, and now obviously it doesn't look like Trump's going to be talking about this thing on a daily basis or anything like that. So probably just some hype cool off and a little bit of a reset for it to really find its ground. How can you get a custom XRP address? That's a good question. I actually don't know how to do that. I can't imagine it's very difficult. I think you just do it on one of the explorers, but I'm getting people I haven't talked to in years texting me now because I have a friend told them that I'm the XRP guru. Oh, that's so funny, Taylor. It is interesting. I don't really get that many people reaching out asking about XRP. It is kind of funny. I don't know if people just go and watch my channel and start doing like research on the DL and feel like they don't really need to message me, but I was kind of expecting to have more people reaching out and texting me being like, hey, what's this XRP thing? But I don't really get that much. Maybe it's also because when people ask me, I'm like, you got to go figure it out. You know, people aren't going to go do their own research and figuring it out on their own. Like, there's just only so much I can do, right? Those are the kinds of people who just buy and then they start texting like a day later, like, oh, what's happening now? It's like, man, this has got to be like a set and forget kind of thing. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to jump. It doesn't look like there's a whole bunch going on right now. Appreciate you guys all for coming so much. XRP looks to be in a great position on the charts. It looks like everything looks great on the fundamentals. It looks like we just have to finish this kind of consolidation pattern at all-time high before we get that next big leg up. Looks to me like it could happen pretty much any day now. Things look really, really good. I just appreciate all you guys for coming. Guys, I'll catch you tomorrow or maybe even later tonight if the price really starts ripping. For now,